well, thank you so much for coming to the Wildling Panel, Oz. I'm Roris from the channel Roris. I do YouTube videos. Oh yeah, see, love today. Woo! Now, if their cheers for you is louder, I'm gonna drink heavily tonight, so keep that in mind. I do Game of Thrones news, trivia, theories, it doesn't matter, histories, I do everything. With me, we also have Michelle.
I'm Michelle Jaworski. I'm a staff writer for The Daily Diet. I write about Game of Thrones for a living, which is kind of awesome. So the next 2 months I will be drinking heavily for Sunday nights.
And then lastly, we have Oz.
Hi, I'm Oz. How are y'all?
Oh, drinking night.
I really don't think that.
I know.
Yes, we're doing it.
Fair is
It's the
fair.
ball, right?
Fair is fair.
You have to. It's Saturday night. So anyway, my name's Oz. I am the co-founder of WatchersOnTheWall.com. I am unsullied, which means I have not read the books, and basically...
It means fuck with him
Well,
every chance you get. Every chance. Make shit up that happened in the books. I have him convinced.
You're on Sworn.
Yeah. Oh, I have him convinced Cersei has already been killed in the Dance with Dragons. What? When did this happen? Yeah, man, he was killed by Dany like 1 book ago, man. Get your shit together.
It's all wrong. Yeah, we were playing mean jokes. This was Friday morning at 10 a.m. and I was incredibly nervous because not only have I never done a panel before, I've never been to a con before. So, yeah. So I don't know, I'm a loser. But she gets up here and she's like, so I'm explaining the reason I have not read the books. And the reason is because when we started the site, Sue, who is the editor-in-chief of the site, said, hey, we need somebody to not read the books to keep the perspective of just a show viewer to write about or whatnot.
Right, sure.
He's a George hater.
What's your name, ma'am?
Maggie the Frog.
Maggie the Frog. I know who you are too. You're that witch, right? But I'm not supposed to know that because it wasn't in the show, right? So anyway, Maggie the Frog. Is that your real name?
Close enough.
Is it Frog last name?
No.
Okay. We'll just call you Mags.
Yeah.
Okay.
I respond to that.
So, okay. Thank you, Mags. So, Mags is right. I really don't know how to read, and that's the reason. Queen Helga.
Queen Helga.
Because you pick stuff up by osmosis.
So Cass is fast. If you haven't met Cass, look out. Man, he's like, you're not following me around, are you?
No.
No, okay. I'm just making sure.
Just me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's talk about those wildlings, or as they're better called, free folk, because the Kneelers call us wildlings. Is that right? Yeah, fuck them. So, how many of us here absolutely love Tormund and can't wait for him to get it on with Brienne? That's all I needed for this panel. I'm done now. You can take over. So, we have the Wildlings, and for those of you that don't read the books or maybe you don't get too much in the show, basically these poor bastards are up in the north, the wall gets built, and they get trapped on the other side. Yeah. So these guys they helped him build the wall too. There's some rumors that are going out there. They helped him build the wall, they're doing everything great, and oh, oops, you got stuck on the wrong side. So now these guys are living above the walls and they are just living life to the fullest. We don't kneel, we don't do anything we don't want to do, free love, it doesn't matter. I mean, they get freaky, you know. They're wildlings. There's no rules, it's just right there.
The freak folk.
Yeah, the freak folk, yeah, there we go.
Cass.
With only a little cannibalism, a little.
It's like 5 tribes that eat people.
Oh, no.
You got the fangs, then you get all the pounds.
Oh, that's show only though, that doesn't count. The Thens in the book, sir. We need to take a moment.
The Fen is awesome.
Yeah, the Thens in the books, they don't eat people, they're not sitting here doing crazy shit and scarring each other up. They are actually the most organized. They're fierce fighters. They're the only ones that mine and they make their own armor, because other wildlings are like, screw this, I'm not making anything. They just picking off dead bodies. But the Thenns, they mine, they make their own armor, they actually listen, they have discipline, which is, you know, pretty good for the Wildlings. But in the show, they wanted to make them more edgy. So in the show, yeah, they eat people. So but in the books, no, a lot of them, they don't eat people. They're actually really cool. And actually, speaking of Tormund, I actually believe is one of the few people we've met that is pro-choice. That's how progressive the Wildlings are. When he's having a conversation with Jon and saying, you know, what if you knock her up? That's a bastard. You're not married. And he goes, okay, well, once she's pregnant, that has nothing to do with you anymore. Either she's going to keep it or she's going to go to a woods witch. And that was the end of that conversation. That is super progressive for Seven Kingdoms. Hey, it's her body. She can do whatever she wants. So, God, I want Tormund and Brienne together so bad. You'll love her right. You know it. Yeah. Screw Jaime and Brienne. That's not where it's at anymore. No. Yeah, oh God.
At this point, I kind of hope they do meet in the books, because, you know, by the end of A Dance with Dragons, they're in completely different places, literally, maybe, you know, emotionally too. And, you know, so we don't know if they're ever going to meet. You know, somebody
but they're perfect, because the Wildlings, women that fight, man, that is just a turn on. I mean, when they are going to capture women during their mating thing, the woman isn't expected to fight. Man, you fight tooth and nail. You make this as hard as, but I want my eyes gouged out by the time we're married. Well, not married, but getting it on, you know. So,
like,
that,
married, which
yeah, wow. So, perfect for him. The women fight, they have spear wives, and it's not weird. So, she's ostracized in the Seven Kingdoms, but with the Wildlings, no, babe. Yeah, you got this. Yeah, pick up a sword. Let's go kill some people. Yeah, it would be completely normal. It's a match made in heaven. They don't have all these rules and regulations, these stigmas. They have the old god rules, you know, don't incest, don't kinslay, you don't break your promises, stuff like that. But that's just the old gods. So besides that, yeah, it's pretty chill, pretty relaxed.
Do you really think that's a possibility? Like,
most of the things I want are not a possibility, but I still want them.
I mean, unless I missed it, like, she hasn't seemed very interested, and Tormund can definitely romantically chew chicken, but like...
I fuck her just...
But she's not biting.
Do you know how many women got pregnant after that scene, watching it?
Really?
Yeah. I went back and rewatched that season. I've already had 2 kids. Insane.
Can we watch it now?
Okay. I'm okay with that. I don't know. I would think next season we're definitely going to see him try and still. Oh God, Tormund, he is going to be at Winterfell, following her around like a puppy, just eyeing her.
Did you see that promo photo of them together?
Yeah. So this is what I'm hoping for next season, and I said it, so I'm not going to get it now, because D&D, they listen to our hopes and dreams, and then they crush them. I really hope they're at Winterfell. We know Brienne and Tormund are both there, and eventually she's sparring with Gendry, something's going to... Wait, did I just...
With who?
Yeah, I went somewhere else with that. That's my other secret wish. Pod, she's sparring with him. Tormund comes about, he's getting super turned on because he's seeing this woman just go ape shit on this dude. Because you saw the trailer, man. She's just pounding him. And so he's like, yeah, maybe we should spar a little bit. See, what free folk against. And then they're sparring, and, that blood's pumping, that adrenaline. And all of a sudden, he starts flexing a little.
And they lock it up.
Yeah, they lock that shit locked down. Yeah. He's got this.
It's going to be the best season ever.
I know it is. I wouldn't mind all the episodes of just those two courting.
And living happily ever after, and we don't see anything about Night's King or Iron Thrones again, because
it's just
that is equals death.
Someone's going to send us hate mail if that happens, you know that, right? They're going to come and find us.
I mean,
you did this to us.
But no, she didn't know what to do with that and not being pursued her entire life.
Like, I get
Well, I'm sure he can help her figure that out.
like I kind of get the impression that you know, people were kind of going like, oh, like somebody likes you, Brienne. Like she kind of took it as they were joking or they were messing around with her.
Well, because that's when she grew up. Yeah.
So by the time somebody is showing actual interest in her, she just doesn't know what to do with that, because you know, in one regard, she could believe that Tormund was kind of fucking with her, and on the other hand, they're like, well, what if he's not? And not to mention, you know, all the Jaime like baggage she still has.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point, because she grew up, they mocked her, Brienne the Beauty, and, you know, they would pretend to be interested and just mock her, and she has to hold all that baggage even as I mean, you know, if you're a geek like I was, you were bullied maybe a little bit as children, and even if you're an adult, and it doesn't matter if you go from a 2 to a 10, maybe something happens, you just blossom, you still have that, it's still up there, it's still messing with your mind, like, I'm not attractive, like, come on, dude. You know, I like World of Warcraft and stuff.
So in the show, as opposed to the books, they kind of present it as if that's why she fell, well, maybe not in love with, that's why she's so loyal to Renly.
Yeah.
He treated her
The first man to show her kindness, yeah. And treated her like just a woman, and danced with her, and just, yeah.
didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Never happened.
Yeah. Well, and you kind of worry too, if because of that, sometimes she's going to fall into obsession. So if someone does show her positive, you know, I'm getting that attention, yeah, unfortunately. Tormund will treat her right, though. We know he will.
Well, but apparently he needs to change his strategy, right?
He's what? I'm sorry.
He needs to change his strategy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, so far the chewing the chicken
needs
and
to
the
beat
licking
the
the
piss
lips
out
and
of
all
her
that stuff. So he needs to have a conversation with her about getting to know her, and not necessarily about baby seals.
No, they need to fight.
Yeah, they need to fight. They need to get that.
I mean, y'all do remember Baby Seal, right? Y'all don't remember Baby Seal? Do you remember Baby Seal?
Baby Sue.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so
How much have you had?
back in that was my first one. Back in, it was either, when was it? I think it was the beginning of season 3. He is talking to Jon Snow, and he's talking about how to please a woman, and he says you have to do this and you have to do this, and you have to like take your time and don't do it fast, and like slick it down like a baby seal.
I didn't need to remember that.
But that's Tormund.
Well, you want to know what?
He's just wanting to change his strategy.
The bear.
Sorry.
Yeah. You want to know what? Speaking of that bear story, how many of us are disappointed in the show the lack of Tormund dick jokes? Because definitely, yeah. He finally makes, he made a couple of them that he made the joke to Jon, no god would have a pecker that small. And I went, come on, Tormund.
You can do better.
You can do better than that, What is it, the bear bit off or quelled off his penis and it's still, it's still bigger than most men, yeah. Gotta see it.
Is that book stuff?
Yeah, that's book
Okay,
stuff. Oh my god, yeah. He slept with the giant. Well, the giant, he...
Wait, Tormund slept with the giant?
He slept in one. Not how you're thinking. He was really cold.
This is not the panel I thought it was going to be.
You knew what was going to happen with me on the panel. It instantly gets derailed.
With you here, yes, Queen Elga, you're right. No, go ahead. I'm interested. This is great.
Okay, so it's really cold. It's one of the coldest winters ever. He knows he's going to freeze to death. So he comes upon this giant, cuts her open, goes inside her. We don't know how long he stays there. And then once it becomes a little bit warmer, spring is coming, he comes out and the giant thinks, oh, well, it came out of me, it's my baby, and suckles him. Until finally he gets away. Yeah, true story. True fictional story. Yeah. So he's called Giant's Bane.
And that's why?
Yeah.
And the shit you learn at a con.
Yeah. You didn't know Tormund slept inside a giant and then breastfed from her.
I just want to thank y'all. I mean, I really do.
George really loves us. The things he gives us, you can tell how much he loves us.
I mean, that makes sense.
Man, okay. So
All
if you
right,
don't
go
know
ahead.
all Tormund's stories, that guy just on and on. Hey, did you hear the story about how he slept with a bear?
He made it bear.
Momentary. I mean, like it was quick, right? It was like a.
All right, all right.
The what now?
Okay, you want to know what we're going? We're going there. We're going there. It's snowing. I feel like we need mood lighting for this. It's snowing really bad, and he's stuck in his home. But he's getting hornier and hornier. And this is George. I'm not adding this in, man. And he remembers this hot little lady close by, and he's like, I gotta get her, but he can't leave because it's snowing. He's getting more and more worked up, and finally he's like, fuck, I'm getting it. So he puts on all this clothing, and he heads over to her, and man, she is putting up a fight. She's resisting him, but in the end, he could tell she was satisfied. He knew it. But when he wakes up in the morning, he's covered in blood, he's shredded, half his penis is gone, and what he sees is a bear heading from the home into the woods.
Is she bear?
Yeah, and he's now the father of bears. He knocked that bear up. Yeah. Or that was Meg Mormont, because I could see her just shredding him.
Right.
So there's a theory her daughters, because Meg doesn't talk about who is the father of her children. We don't hear it. We don't hear if she's married. There's nothing, and nobody questions it. Because, Bear Island, the Mormonts, it's here we stand, but it should really be we do what the fuck we want. I mean, honest to God. So
You better believe it.
yeah. Oh, House Mormont. There we go. So can you confirm or deny the rumor about you and Tormund?
Talk to my mother about that.
Oh shoot.
I'm Allison.
Oh, it's the mama bear. Yes.
You don't mess with my mama bear.
Oh, jeez. So are you Liana? Little Liana Mormont?
I'm Allison.
Oh.
I'm the irrelevant Mormont. I didn't I mentioned the book, I didn't even get in the show.
Yeah, so in the books, there actually might be little baby Tormonds with Meg Mormont, which I think is a pretty plausible theory. So.
Take a vote then.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to take a vote? Yeah, okay. How many of you think that Tormund actually got it on with Meg Mormont and she was the bear?
Sure.
Everyone else is like, we don't care. Go back to the sex talks with bears. Yeah, I'm more excited about that. You gotta read those books, man. You can have so many good stories. George is a poet with words. Pink fat mass, just it's poetry.
His world is going to be turned upside down when he starts.
It is.
It's only got like a couple more years to wait at this point.
What year did you say? 2019.
Don't say that. Whoever said that, slap yourself.
We're going to do the spin-off series as well.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that going to be?
Yeah, but they said the spin-off series is going to be way after the last season because they don't love us. You've had your hand up for a while.
No, just being also just a show watcher, I'm wondering if there's anything in particular about the Wildlings that the show is missing that you wish that maybe they included from the books?
So I'm actually disappointed. I was disappointed in the Thens because they kind of just made them these stupid thugs, like just carving themselves up and eating. That kind of disappointed me. I feel like they could have showed their rich culture a little bit more because, they're very for being savages. There's hundreds and hundreds of tribes. It's just, they didn't even dip into a fraction of them. And they have their own customs, their own rules. They're so unique, but they're so disorganized. And it's wonderful because if I'm a wildling and I'm following her and she's a leader, she could one day say, I like the color blue. And I'd go, no, I don't. And I could leave. And there's nothing against it. You didn't abandon your lord. You didn't get in trouble for that. So the wildlings, they're pretty relaxed.